don't have long. We did it! There was like low, there was even more. What the fuck was that damage? Let's go! I think it was 12 billion. I don't see anything. I think rotation was good though. Let's do this. Oh, what the fuck happened there? That was good, that was good. Lots of deeps. Hey guys, it's Rob here. We're doing updated Shred Druid. Like since yesterday we've been testing a bit more. And we added a couple of new items to the build. That add some RNG, but that also make the damage numbers like much higher. So what we did here is we put the Fist of Fate in. And what this one does is your attacks randomly deal 1 to 300% damage. So either you deal no damage or you deal very insane damage. And this one double dips as well. So you have actually 2 odds of like having a high damage roll. You can have 1% roll in one of them. Because one, it's buffing your Poison Creeper. So that's like the first average roll, like how much is your Poison Creeper going to do. And then it's buffing your Shred as well, that takes this poison in direct damage from the Blood Beast. So you actually gotta hit the lottery essentially twice. Like even if you get a decent value, you're hitting for like 10 billion. And if you get a really, really good value, you can hit up to 20 billion damage, as you've seen in the intro here. But the problem is it's not that consistent. But I still wanted to show you this build, like, because it has tremendous potential just to one-shot like any boss in the game, of course, and maybe even one-shot the Abattoir of Zir boss. We will see how that's gonna work, because the new Glyph, most likely with this 17 billion damage, is gonna add 3 extra zeros to the number, because it is most likely gonna calculate it twice here. So you're getting a 44 multiplier once it's at level 200. And if you take 44 to the power of 2, because again it buffs your Poison Creeper and it buffs your Shred, you're getting times 1000x. So if we are just taking, let's say, I mean even just like 1 billion, and we are multiplying that by 1900, we are already hitting for 2 trillion damage. We don't know how much HP these monsters in Abattoir of Zir are gonna have. And obviously this is a very glass cannon build, but it might just, you know, be enough to like one-shot everything, and including the boss in a 4-man party. So you could bring, like in like Diablo 3, you bring like a trash killer, like, I don't know, Ball Lightning, Sork, Hoda, Barb, and then this guy here is just in the party to just absolutely one-shot the boss. Because, you know, Hoda, Barb, and Ball Lightning don't have the best single target damages necessarily, depending on the hitbox, depending on your Fury demands and things like that. So there's a good chance that it's gonna, you know, be required to just like one-shot the boss, 4-player party, have some supports in there that give you crazy damage reduction, like Debilitating Roar, for example. And there's Raise to reset that as well. But yeah, I wanted to quickly show you guys the rotation that I'm doing here, because I didn't explain it fully in the last video. So what you have is the Ancestral Guidance. After spending 75 Spirit, you deal 30% increased damage. And this one double dips, so it gives you like, you know, like 1.7 multiplier or something. So you want to be at around these 228 stacks. You can also do this on Duriel with the Emerald, but it's way easier to show you on the dummy and way easier to do and to test, to train. So what I do is I just unequip it and I equip it again. So I'm sure that I'm at 0 stacks of this now. And now if I shred once, I have 266, and I know my next shred is going to proc the Ancestral Guidance. And I also know that the shred after that is going to be guaranteed to overpower. So that's what we're doing here. Basically, we added Fist of Fate as well. And I'll just show it to you real quick here. You also want to make sure, ideally, the target is staggered, but you don't really have to do this. And obviously, the damage is a big RNG here, because you don't know if your Fist of Fate lands on a high roll or on a low roll. But basically, like, you're selecting your target about like a decent distance. And you're gonna do like one shred in the air to proc your Ancestral Guidance. Then you're gonna do Petrify first to proc 1.5. Then you're gonna do Debilitating Roar to proc your ultimate passive. here, Risen Strength, which is double dipping as well. You get 1.25 and another 1.25. 4 times basically, it's actually quadruple dipping. These are getting staggered here from my wolves. Then you press your ravens to increase your crit chance. Then you dash to get the target's will multiplier to your poison creeper. You apply, you cast poison creeper. And then last but not least, you dash on the target from a distance. And what that is doing is basically producing crazy damage, because first of all, your target's will is working for your poison creeper and all your buffs. And then all your buffs, including target's will, is working for your bloated beast. And so I'm just gonna like show this to you. I might do it a bit slower so you can like tell, but you gotta do this rotation like pretty fast, because at least if you're playing a level 1 Metamorphosis, you only have like 2 seconds to do the rotation. But you could level it for this one actually. Like I'm not sure, I don't want to brick this druid, that's why I didn't level it, but the 4-second one would make this rotation a lot easier because you have a lot more time. Because after your dash you only have 2 seconds to perform your shred, right? And that can be Abattoir. So again, Petrify first. Shred in the air first to get your Ancestral Guidance, then Petrify, then Roar, then Raven, then you dash, then you cast Poison Creeper, and then you cast Shred. 7 steps. So I'll just do it here real quick. So I hope I'm gonna like hit the air, because if you hit it right now, you're already gonna proc your Target's Will, and you want your Poison Creeper or your dash to proc Target's Will. Not Target's Will, sorry, Godslayer Crown. Dash is gonna proc Target's Will. Okay, so we're going Shred to get the buff. Petrify, boom, 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 Poison Creeper, and then we blast. You see, like 2 billion, I don't know what I hit on this guy. But then again, this is like the RNG that you can expect from Fist of Fate. And again, this goes like way higher. That guy didn't even get staggered. But yeah, that is basically the rotation. I'm going to try to do it a bit slow, because you got to do it fast to do it right. So you do stack up your stacks. Like you can just do this here, like if you prepare the rotation. And you can do this before Doriel as well. Like it's very easy if you've done it a few times. And you can also do this before the Abattoir of Zir boss, most likely. And then there is some crazy shenanigans and stuff. Obviously, like in order to survive at Abattoir of Zir, you most likely want to equip, you know, like your Disobedience, and then you just like, you know, go into Werewolf anyways. Here, like, go to Disobedience, and then you get your stacks like this. And you're probably gonna have already, like, you know, 14k armor. It's still not quite enough. You could drink an armor potion, then you'd already be there. But you definitely need to change some stuff for Abattoir of Zir to be a bit more tanky. But, you know, with a couple items, this switch is pretty easy, I think. And the damage amount that we will get from the Tears of Blood new Glyph, you don't need this crazy damage that we have. You don't need to hit for like 20 billion. It's fine if you're hitting for like, you know, a couple like 100 million maybe. And then that gets multiplied by 1,000 anyways. So you will be more than okay one-shotting everything. And I'll probably work on an Abattoir of Zir build for this as well. But right now this is just like the pure DPS RGK boss killer version. We don't know if we're even going to need this trillions of damage. But this is the highest damage number that anybody that I've seen in the current season, at least. Obviously we hit for like way more when we had the Barber. But even right now, like hitting for like 20 billion and then maybe hitting for like, you know, in the trillions, well in the trillions, even without Fist of Fate, by the way. Because like Edgemaster has also double dipping and you get crit and you get shred ranks, so that's pretty cool as well. We'll see what the best setup will be for Abattoir of Zir when it comes out. But yeah, this one is pretty strong. So again, we are stacking the buffs up here. You see here you want to stack it up so you can be at 226. This is like, you always need to wait until this runs out. So now it's at 220. Okay, my Glyph just proc, so I don't even need to unspec it. Because now I know the next attack, this one is not going to proc it, and my next will proc it. And then I have 5 seconds to do the final shred with the 300 stacks. So again, very easy here. Like we can just go, like now we shred the air, petrify, roar, left click, dash, poison creeper, and then we shred it. I wanted to make sure it's also vulnerable. So boom, 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 and boom. I don't know, a couple billion again. That's basically how it goes. And then it's like this double dip RNG here. Poison creeper damage and shred damage. But yeah, last time I don't think I went over all the Vampiric Powers, so we are playing Flowing Veins, this one buffs your Poison Creeper. We are playing Metamorphosis, this one gives you the resources, this one also makes you unstoppable and inflicts vulnerability, together with Prayer of the Week. So Prayer of the Week is definitely not like completely working, but it's definitely giving you damage. The running theory is that the damage is additive, but still additive damage is still double dipping. Additive damage buffs your Poison Creeper, and additive damage also buffs your Blood Beast Shred. So it's good either way, and it also helps you to just keep the target vulnerable, right? And that's big. Like, vulnerable by itself is a 1.2 multiplier, and we also have vulnerable damage. Then we are rocking Feed the Coven here. This one has another lucky hit chance for our wolves here to proc another 1.1 multiplier. That's also double dipping. And we have the Domination. If the target is staggered, we're getting another 1.24. That's also double dipping, so more than 50% damage here as well. Yeah, then we're rocking Godslayer, 1.6. You can also go for Shaku, you can also go for Endarials. But if your kill speed is fast, and if you one-shot the boss, Godslayer is the best, because it basically gives you 1.6 to the power of 2, so 1.6 again. It gives you 2.5x the damage on the Godslayer. And then we play Mad Wolves. This one just gives you ranks to shred. But if you will be playing like in normal rifts, you will definitely play this. And we're already rocking 14k armor, which is enough for Nightmare Dungeon 100 already. Just making one switch, basically, and you can already like tank the stuff. I mean, you can make other switches here, like on the Spirit Boon part, you can switch crit chance to life. And you can also like go more defensively on the Paragon. And yeah, suddenly you're having like 15k life, you have 14k armor, like pretty constantly with your poison up. You drink an armor potion, you're already at 16k, so well ready for Abattoir of Zir, I would think. Maybe you're gonna make a bit more adjustments in your Paragon to just be a bit more defensively. But yeah, just for this dummy and for boss killer, like we obviously want higher crit chance. So right now we're rocking 55 crit chance, because obviously we lost a lot on the gloves. But yeah, if you play this one, we're actually rocking like 67. And you could get even more if you play the Fortify one, where is it? Yeah, this one, another 8%. So you would be rocking like 80% plus crit chance, which is really important for your Banished Lord Talisman. But yeah, this is the boss killer gear. Godslayer, Mad Wolves, Fist of Fate, Tyrant's Will, so 4 uniques. You don't need any Uber uniques though, that's beautiful in this build. Boots is kind of whatever, you probably want the unstoppable movement speed, I just didn't even roll this. And this is very important, armor while in werewolf form. You see, if I'm in my, like, not werewolf form, I have 5k, but if I'm in my werewolf form, I already have 7k. So this one basically gives me 2k armor, which is pretty crazy. Blood Beast, 2-ender, best one in the game. Then we have a crazy combination here with Shepherds. We get a total of 3 wolves, 4 ravens, 2 poison creepers with in combination with Stampede. So this one gives you a 1.9 multiplier. And this one gives you another 1.26 multiplier to your companion. And basically just boosts this multiplier by giving +1 companion for everything. And it also gives you 2 poison creepers, doubling your damage again. So it's essentially a quadruple dipping, this combination. Because you get more pets, that is a multiplier. You get more companion damage, that is a multiplier. And you get a higher core skill multiplier. It just goes crazy. And actually you get like double poison creepers as well. So yeah, this combination is just like pretty broken, I think. I mean, this is the highest damage in the game by far right now. But we'll see how it's gonna go, if it's gonna double dip the new Glyph, which is most likely. So Spirit Boons, I'm rocking this right now, damage reduction. You can take whatever here. A crit chance or life and the 1.3 multiplier. Here I'm using Fortify just to have Fortify very easily on the boss. And Calm Before the Storm. I mean, you can like... I think you're probably gonna play this one. Just for some healing, because you will need some healing as well. And that's going to be very comfortable, I think. But yeah, in the end, I mean, you're going to be rocking like you can actually, like, Druid can be so defensive if you want it to be. Abilities right now look like this. This is the Fist of Fate version. I added, you can add more resistance as well. I mainly added like the Poison Creeper, and now I added a bit of Fortify generation here, so it's easier to be full Fortify because that gives you more damage and more overpower damage. And then all the shapeshift abilities with Resistance. I don't take the last point here on Petrify, but you could do this if you're running Nightmare Dungeons. Paragon is looking like this. I took off a little bit, like it's not the full DPS optimal board. You can get another 2 points here, definitely recommend that for the run itself to get 2 more spirit. We branched out here, Ancestral Guidance, we talked about it. Wilds for big poison creeper, Fang and Claw, big damage. And now we have the Heightened Malice. This one is also double dipping, obviously, because if enemies are close, it's going to buff your poison and it's going to buff your shred. So you're getting 1.45 times 1.45. So you're actually getting times 21x just with this node here. So really important to pick that one up as well. This one is Guzzler still. And this one here I changed to Bane, which was previously in another board. This one has another chance, and I think that's why we might see even higher numbers, because if you would double your poison enough times, like you can basically reach already 100 billion probably. But yeah, right now we're rocking Dominate here for another 388 overpower, which puts our total overpower to 2k. And again, we overpower with this. And you can also add, if you are running the normal runs, you can add Blood Boil for another overpower chance. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of stuff you can do. But yeah, guys, try it out. I mean, Shred is lots of fun. Like, you just like go Shred, and it's also like a really fast-paced build if you want it to be. And yeah, like I said, with some of these adjustments, you can build it pretty defensively already. I think like 9k base, and then you stack Disobedience, and you could get another like total armor well in Werewolf. Like, this stat is just ridiculous. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed this overview, guys. I will see what's happening with Abattoir of Zir. Like, my plan is to still go Barb first. But then, I mean, this Shred Druid is looking pretty cool. Like, maybe we do Shred, maybe we do Ball Lightning. I don't know yet. But this Shred has definitely a higher DPS potential. And even if it's a bit weaker than Hoda Barb right now in, like, raw output. Like, raw damage, it's higher. But in, like, average damage output, Hoda is higher. But then again, Hoda is only getting... I'm getting like times 33 or something. And this guy is at least getting times 33 again. So let's say you have to give up so much that you're only getting this. Even then, it's this to the power of 2. Did I do it right? Oh, -2. Power of 2. It's still getting 3 extra digits to all these crits. And I think we actually did an 18 billion shred here. So even if you lose like 100x damage, you're getting 3 extra digits to this number, which results in, there is the 18 billion, this one. Like, there's lots of billions, but this one is 18 billion. So yeah, this would be 18 trillion, probably even more. So yeah, this has some huge potential. I'm looking forward to playing more Druid. Hope you enjoyed this overview. Keep crushing. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.